So we have a super fun topic that we have to talk about today, and that is the 5 decisions that you need to make in order to start your podcast. And guess what? It has absolutely nothing to do with a microphone or equipment or even recording software, because there are 5 decisions that you need to make before you get there. So let's get right to it. Hi there, Crystal back again for another video all about content creation and creating with confidence. And when people come to me and say they want to start a podcast, immediately their questions are, what microphone should I use? What kind of software do you record with? And what are all the fancy tech things that I should do? And I'm like, there's actually more questions that you should be asking that have nothing to do with microphones and equipment. So I wanted to run through these real fast with you, because whether you're just getting started and you're watching videos to help you learn how to start a podcast, or you've been in this for a while and you're not seeing the growth that you want, or marketing feels weird, or you just don't feel super aligned with what you're currently creating, then stay tuned. Watch this whole video, because maybe you're going to find some nuggets in here that you haven't thought of before. So let's just run down through these. So first decision, know your why and set some goals for yourself. Now, when it comes to your why, don't get this like big altruistic, grandiose thing that says, I want to change the world. Maybe that is what you want to do, but what does that actually look like today? Maybe it's changing the world by sharing the important message that you have, or reaching a community that has previously been ignored. But you have to think about your why and your goals, because podcasting does get hard, okay? It does. As someone that's created more than 1,300 episodes across 2 podcasts, there are some days when you're not going to want to record. So you need something bigger than yourself, bigger than, you sitting down in your office or your closet or wherever you're recording and hitting that record button, because there will be days when you really don't want to do it. So you have to have something outside of who you are and what you're doing that's pushing you to keep showing up consistently. So know your why, and then set some goals. What does that look like? What do you want to do? Do you just want to put your podcast out into the world? Because that's a pretty good goal. Let's just stop right there and say, getting your podcast out into the world in the next 3 months. Ooh, that feels aggressive. Let's do it. In the next 3 months. If you're just starting, I want to see it. 3 months. Like, put it in the comments of when you're going to put your podcast out into the world. But you got to know your goal and know your why. The second decision, I'm using my cheat sheet, my iPad down here. Choosing your podcast topic, title, and tagline. Now, these are things that they're crucial to everything, because you have to have a topic. You can't just say, oh, I just want to talk. Those shows never work. If that is you, I'm sorry to break this to you. If you're just hearing it for the first time, it doesn't really work unless you already have a celebrity status to just say, I just want to turn on a microphone and talk. Usually doesn't work out well. But what you do have to do is pick a topic. What do you want to be known for? What is your show going to be about? Who is like a specific group of people that you're serving? Because that topic will resonate with them. And you have to be very, very clear on this, because then marketing becomes easier and creating content becomes so much easier. Then what's your title? What's the name of your show? It needs to be something very easy, very clear. And I love Donald Miller's, his famous saying is, if you confuse, you lose. So make sure that it's a very clear statement that you can share with other people. And then lastly, a tagline. My tagline around here is, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere. And it's for no other reason than marketing and branding. But it also has, I take that back. It's not just for that. It's also my tough love that I give to myself. Maybe it helps you too, but I have to tell myself that, like, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere, because again, things get hard, things get tough. So tell me some of your favorite taglines, like Nike, just do it. Like, that's another one that if I were to just say, Subway, eat fresh, like, I feel like I should be getting paid for these at this point. This video is not sponsored by any of these brands, but I'm just saying it's really important to have a tagline so it's memorable for your audience to remember. All right, so that's decision number 2. Decision number 3, your ideal listener. So when we talked about you have to decide on a topic, your ideal listener is going to be the people that are listening to your show. It's who the show was created for. And you can't just say, I want to speak to everybody. If you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to nobody. So decide on that specific person that you want to reach, who you are creating this show for. All right, decision number 4, planning your first or next 20 episodes. So important. I have a program, it's called Profit Podcasting, where I teach people about starting their podcast. And one of the things that I hear so many people almost burning out, or people come to me and they're like, I'm about to quit. I'm walking out the door. I'm hitting pod fade. I don't want to podcast anymore. And I dig into why. It's usually because they're caught each week with, well, what do I talk about next? What am I supposed to do next? So write down your next 20 ideas, like do some brainstorming. I actually have created a ton of free resources that I'm going to link to in the description. One of them is 500 plus episodes for any industry. So it's tons of topic ideas and brainstorm activities that you can use. So if you don't know your next 20 episodes, there, go grab that freebie. You're welcome. You can go check it out. All right. And then decision number 5 is formatting. How long is your episode going to be? It's going to be solo. Is it going to be interview? Is it going to be 20 minutes? Is it going to be 5 minutes? Is it going to be every other week? Is it going to be every single day? Like, these are components of understanding formatting your episodes. And I make these decisions every single time I sit down to record my show. I have the Profit Podcast, and every time, every single week, it's like I have to make these decisions, but it's automatic now. It doesn't happen all the time, but if you're just getting started, there are some things that you should consider. So I'm going to link to all these resources below, but if you're watching this in real time and you want to know more about, like, well, what are some of the other decisions? What are some of the other strategies that you have? I want you to join us for our upcoming free masterclass. It's called How to Get Your First or Next 1,000 Podcast Downloads. You can go to crystalprofit.com/1000-downloads to register. Again, it's free and it's going to be really fun. I cannot wait. I hope that you join us if you found value in today's video. But that's all I have for you today. So make sure that you are subscribed wherever you are watching this, and come back every single week. We have videos about content strategy, podcasting, content creation, you name it. But at the end of the day, we want you creating with confidence. So as always, remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere.